Bye, John.
Ren! She ran out in the middle of the road. I never had a chance to stop.
She's dead.
It's time to make him stop.
I really like you. I hate to see it end.
Where is he?
Where's who?
That monster you've all been protecting, the Ten Commandments killer. He's here. Ren told me.
Ren? That girl is full of lies.
She's dead. She killed herself trying to protect him.
No. She was old enough to make her own choices.
Where is he?
I swear to God, asshole, you touch me one more time, I will cut your throat while you sleep.
John, what the hell are you doing?
The man I've been hunting is in this hotel. She knows it. You know it. I'm tired of being lied to.
Fine. You want to know where the Ten Commandments killer has been hiding? I'll take you there.
You might want to take this with you, in case you find what you're looking for. Is this a joke? You telling me he's in this room?
I'm telling you, there are answers on the other side of this door.
This used to be where his office was. Did you know that? James Patrick March. Many years ago.
James March is dead.
In fact, this is where he died. February 25th at 2:25 in the morning.
We don't have to do this. We can turn around and walk out of here right now. Go to the bar, have a couple of drinks.
Why did you bring me back here?
Behind the armoire. That's where you'll find what you're looking for.
Jesus. How long has this been here?
Since the beginning. The hand of a thief. Thou shalt not steal.
Dead thief cut off his hands?
That was the first one. 1926. Remember the Sabbath day. To keep it holy. Teeth harvested from a field of migrant workers. Thou shalt not worship false idols. What was left of Martin Gamboa's brain after his skull was bashed open.
No serial killer has a 90-year lull.
If it's taken him this long to find a successor, someone to complete his work. Thou shalt not commit adultery. James Briggs's tongue and eyes taken while he was still alive.
That's bullshit. The parts cut out of James Briggs are in the lab. I cataloged them myself.
Honor thy mother and thy father. The hearts of two ungrateful children. They murdered both of their parents in order to inherit the family fortune.
They're Rylands twins.
Thou shalt not bear false witness. Gossip mongers. After he nailed their slanderous tongues to their desks, he ripped out their vocal cords. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. A false prophet who would go on television and vent his spleen. So the killer took it.
He would have had to have been bringing these things back while I was still here. Who let him in?
Nobody let him in. He had a key.
What?
Take my hand.
What?
John, take my hand. It's okay, baby. It's all okay, baby. You're here with me. With your Sally. We are almost there. There's just a little more work left to do. John, Jerome, stay. No, that's not true. Stay.
This is my problem with police officers. All you care about is evidence. Evidence, evidence, evidence.
John, look at me.
You're saying someone's picked up where this March guy left off?
I don't remember anything. Anything at all.
You have made yourself blind to everything but what your eyes can see.
You remember everything.
That's true.
John, everything you did. And it's gonna happen again, and again, and again.
Run.
And you can't stop it.
No! Not true. It's not possible. It's not possible.
You've lived in my hotel long enough to know that what is impossible becomes very possible here.
It's you, John. It's always been you.
Any sign of him?
No. He disappeared in all the commotion.
Send someone out to his house. Make sure his wife and kid are okay. Thank you.
Best if you don't look after my family.
John. You look terrible.
I've come to confess.
To helping this one escape. Assaulting a guard. I can make it go away.
And what about murder? Multiple murders? 10 commandment killings? Can you make those go away?
John, what are you saying?
Please! You think I've lost my mind?
I'm here for you. Talk and I'll listen.
I remember where it all began now. It all started those first few days and nights at the Hotel Cortez.
The first time you walked into that place was 3 weeks ago. These murders began months before that, John.
The first time I walked into the Hotel Cortez was 5 years ago. I know that now. It was the same night we caught that multiple deaths call in Glassell Park. The dead family, gunshot, and asphyxiation. I needed a few drinks before I could bring myself to go home. More than a few. It's not as easy as you would think to find a drink in the middle of the night in Los Angeles.
You sure you're in the right place, cowboy?
I heard this is where a man can find the best martini in town.
Oh, well then. I guess you are in the right place.
Can I buy you your next one? I pay for my own drinks. It's cheaper than whatever it is you want from me. Just trying to be friendly. Do I look like I need a friend right now? Well, yeah. You want to go to a party upstairs? Liz's martinis are awfully expensive. But they're worth every penny. I'm not looking for a party tonight. Just looking to drink myself blind and forget. And I'm married. It's not that kind of party. Look, last call here is in 5 minutes. If you really want to get as blasted as you say you do, it's time to get the after party upstairs.
You look radiant tonight, madam. Though I have no idea how one would launder something like that, all those sparkly bits.
How is the outside, darling? Tell me about one of your recent kills.
All you ever want to talk about are the kills. Pervert.
Who is interrupting us? I'll break the finger who dared ring that bell.
Yummy. What's wrong with you barging in on his night?
Not that I mind, but a deal is a deal.
I get one night! One night for the whole month! Who is that with you?
What is this, costume party?
This is John. He's a detective. And he's had the kind of day that makes a man want to drink himself to death.
Really?
Jimmy loves to hear about the bad days. I'm the Countess.
Countess of what?
But those blue eyes, I'll be the Countess of whatever you like, baby.
Tell me, John, was someone killed? Did you have to discharge a revolver?
No. But people died. 5 of them. Children. And their father shot himself in the head because of it. Brains are still hanging off the ceiling.
You speak about this with such calm indifference, as if life and death have no meaning to you.
I'm a homicide detective. What I know is that death is the only thing in life that has any meaning. Let's promise there'll be drinking up here. I'm thirsty.
Leave us. I need to spend some real time with this man.
But darling, it's our night.
Yes, dear, and usually I would hold that sacred. But there is something about John that has drawn me in. And so therefore I release you from your service.
Goodbye, John.
Absinthe. Yes, I know it's not technically legal, but no need to play Elliot Ness tonight. My name is James March. I own this hotel.
What's that accent? You sound like a 1930s movie. You look like one, too.
Ah, yes. I had a marvelous professor at Exeter. I freely admit that I mimicked his Brahmin diction until I made it my own. As for my clothing, my choice of decor, the modern world is an awfully uncomfortable place, don't you think? Yes, I know the accoutrement of modern living allow an ease of communication, but the price paid for that is that no one actually sits and talks over a drink like the good old days. Down the hatch! Some time ago, we had a guest here at the Cortez named Killian, a photographer. He claimed to be able to use electricity to photograph a man's aura. I became fascinated by these auras. Over time, I began to be able to see a man's aura the moment I met him. The moment you walked into my suite, I was struck by the intensity of your aura. See, most folks radiate red or blue, purple if they're quite mystical. But yours was jet black. Black as the ace of spades, as they say.
What does that mean?
Two schools of thought. One is that you have a protective cloak around you. It allows you to focus on any task at hand, regardless of the other's judgment. The other is that you have a need to dominate and control the world around you. Bend it to your will. That is a man who is willing to do bad, to do good.
You are full of shit.
And you are full of rage. Dangerous to keep it all inside, John. It'll give you the cancer if you don't let it out sometimes. Tell me, have you ever roughed up a suspect a bit? Put him in handcuffs and then forgotten to read him his rights and then just given him some good old-fashioned justice right there on the spot?
You think I don't want to?
I feel your constant battle to keep it in check.
I once walked in on a 273D. Domestic dispute in progress. Took everything I had not to pound this guy's face, make him swallow his own teeth and blood. Don't tell anyone that, though.
Why not? Why should you be ashamed? You would just be doing your job.
My job is to arrest him.
And how does that make you feel? When you collar a man, as opposed to letting your fist be jury and judge.
If it was up to me...
Yes.
I don't need a judge to tell me whether someone's guilty or not. I know.
I believe you, John.
If they took the leash off me, crime would drop in this city.
I truly do.
We drank his absinthe. We talked for 2 straight days. We talked about the law, man's law, God's law. And about the meaning of true purpose and the meaningless of everything else. But most importantly, he helped me forget.
He is the one.
I don't want him, not now. He's been poisoned with that moonshine of yours.
I didn't invite you here to feed off of him, you perverted animal. I need your help. He is the one. All the others I've tried to mentor to finish my work, Gacy, Ramirez, and Poof Dahmer, all amateurs compared to this one.
He won't do it.
Why? This man has greatness in him. Once-in-a-generation rage. A man only has a grip as tight as he does, because he knows that if he lets go even slightly, he will hurl himself into the abyss.
He won't let go. He still has hope.
Easily remedied. He just needs a little shove.
Why would I help you when it gives me so much joy to see you suffer?
He has children. The boy is very beautiful. Like I said, he just needs a little push, a nudge into the darkest places of his heart. He needs to hate the whole world and everything in it.
I didn't remember where, who with, what we did. It was lost time in my mind.
Scarlet carpooled with Wendy. I'm late to take Holden. There's coffee, though.
I'm sorry, Alex.
You should send a bottle of scotch to your friend Han. He tried covering for you, at least for the first day and a half.
I wasn't cheating on you.
Of course you weren't cheating. If you were, you would have called and lied about where you were. You're a terrible husband. If we didn't have 2 kids and I didn't still love you, I would tell you to pack your bags.
I'm sorry. It's just a slip-up, that's all. Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hi, home now, Daddy?
Yeah. Hey, what do you say we all go to the beach this afternoon? I drove by and saw there's a big carnival or something going on down there.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, we gotta run. Come on.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Along with my son, I lost everything else that mattered to me. There was always something more to do, until there wasn't. And after the volunteers had gone, and the house was empty, I was never more alone than being there with my wife.
You went through a boatload of shit, John. Child went missing, but you got through it. You pulled yourself together.
I was never the same again. There was only one place I could feel any measure of peace. A place where I could lose myself and never be found. I began to live 2 different lives, completely separate from each other. One at home with Alex, where a minute lasted every bit of 60 seconds. The other at the Hotel Cortez with James March. Time had a way of making a different journey in that place. Five years went by like it was yesterday.
Foie gras. It's surprising how delicious a little cruelty can taste. Enjoy.
His voice was like a sliver of silk thread, a thin strand that would wrap around my head before burrowing inside me with his ideas.
John, do you know the difference between you and I?
Millions?
No. Pain. I've shed my load. You carry yours like a man with a sack full of rocks crossing a river. One false step, and you go under. I submit you've received no justice for the pain you've suffered. You're constrained by the very laws you promised to uphold. It's not your fault, you see. It's what you've been taught.
I've got 40 files on my desk. Be lucky to clear 10 of them. Real criminals never pay.
Come with me. You're ready for a new lesson. My trophy room.
Why is it so dark in here?
Some things you're not yet ready to see. Magnificent animals all. The bison almost trampled me in a stampede. Ah, yes.
Jesus.
My accountant, Henry. Henry was stealing from me, to be sure, but he had so much more to pay for. Halitosis, for one.
You're a monster. I'm gonna report this.
You can report me, but I won't take an ounce of weight off those broad shoulders. What's holding you down is a moral code contrived by man, laws written by bureaucrats. Take my hand and climb out of that morass.
Three people died and they dismissed because of a technicality.
System, man.
March was right. The law had nothing to do with justice.
John! You're a sight for sore eyes. Why the glum face? A splash of brown plaid will set you right.
It would have been 10 today. My boy.
So much potential on a day of birth should be a cause to celebrate, not a day to mourn.
Didn't work out that way.
Maybe it did. Not for Holden. For you. To be reborn.
If I could find the man who took him,
you would bring him justice.
There's no such thing as justice anymore. All I see is how justice is perverted every day.
I want to share a story about a guest who came to this hotel. He brought his nephew to stay overnight for a weekend of fun at the theme parks. The boy bore no familial resemblance as far as I could see. Miss Evers found something while she was changing the sheets.
Jesus. He's just a little kid.
Around 10, I would say.
What room is he in?
He checked out this morning.
You're confused, John. I worked the Gamboa case with you. He wasn't a pedophile.
But that wasn't Gamboa's only sin.
I saw your ad on Craigslist. You have the money? There it is. The thing that dreams are made of. The most important award in the world. And you can have it for $5,000 cash.
It's heavier than it looks.
You can smudge it all you want after you hand over the cash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave and take those horrible photographs with you.
You checked into the Cortez with this boy.
Please. I'm just a man who likes to write about movies on the internet.
Where is he now? Did you make him disappear?
No.
He's 10 today.
What are you talking about? You destroyed his family. Where's his justice?
Where's mine? What price are you gonna pay?
I'm gonna call the cops.
Hey, beat you to it. justice anymore. It should have ended there.
Somebody cut you down?
I've had help, Andy. And Sally. She was always there. Like a shadow dancing at the corner of your eye. She wormed her way in. The way smoke gets into your clothes. Before we lost Holden, the idea of cheating on my wife, on my family, would have been unthinkable to me. Then along came Sally, a bottomless pit of need. When I was with Sally, I was someone else. I didn't know where she came from. I didn't want to. She accepted me, and I accepted her.
Through your generous love offerings.
Christ, how I hate this man.
Hypocrite.
Pick up the phone
Spewing hate and calling it love.
and call now.
I have to go. I shouldn't be here. She knew I'd always come back. And though I never made any promises, I think a part of her hoped that I would stay.
What is the matter with you?
I didn't do anything.
Precisely! You were just going to let him expire? It's not yours. Not yet. Or have you forgotten our little arrangement? My protection comes with a price. This demon that you and your kind have conjured with your diseased axe must feed. If not on others, then on you, dear Sally.
Fine. I'll do whatever you say. I swear. I'm afraid. What if he dies out there? And I lose him forever?
You're a clever girl, Sally. Find someone who can move in his world.
This accomplice of yours, this Sally. She look anything like this?
Yeah, that's her.
Sally McKenna. She jumped out of a window at the Cortez in '94. She's been dead for more than 20 years, John. John, can't you see what's going on here?
Man, you're confused. I'm not confused. Something's not real. When I leave this place, I can't remember you. Why can't I remember?
The Cortez is a selfish mistress, John. Jealous. Possessive. She will never let you take anything with you. Come on. Come on.
I killed a man tonight.
And how did it feel?
Like justice. Like I was punishing the man who stole my boy.
But you tried to kill yourself.
Because I loved it. I loved it more than anything I've ever experienced in my life.
Of course you did. And why not? You're discovering who you really are. Your true purpose. It's up to us as civilized men to impose order on that chaos. Just as you did tonight.
I lost control.
You let go. That's very different.
It didn't bring Holden back.
No. Your son is gone, and the pain you're feeling will never go away. But you used it tonight. You took your pain and you made the world a cleaner place. That's a decidedly positive first step. I'd like to show you something. Behold, the unfinished work of James Patrick March. This was to be my crowning achievement, my Hamlet. Well, really more of a sonnet when you compare it to my earlier work. What I really loved about this project was its simplicity of statement, the elegance of a round number, 10. Which makes it even more vexing I was never able to complete it. Finish my work, John. Make it your own.
I'll get caught.
No. You won't get caught. Because you're going to make yourself lead detective on the case. Do it in loving memory of your only begotten son.
So you want me to believe that wasn't your first time at the crime scene?
My third. When I killed him, when I went back there to remove the evidence, and when you met me there.
John. Thought Alvarez caught this stuff. What the hell are we doing here?
It interests me.
You really think taking on an extra case is such a good idea? Frankly, pal, you haven't really been 100% lately.
I'm fine.
That's not what your wife thinks. She called me the other day. Wanted to see if we could meet for coffee.
You had coffee with my wife?
She's worried about you, brother. Says you disappear for days at a time.
You had coffee with my wife? Oh, now they're bigging each other. Pushes me away. Turns to my partner for comfort. I'll kill them both. March wants me to finish his work. Let's start with them.
You cannot begin by killing your own wife. It has to be someone they can't trace back to you. They meet once a week. Every Thursday afternoon, like clockwork. They're both married with kids. They met on Ashley Madison. She puts the room on her company credit card.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
They're in 53. They like to do it in the shower.
The Emery murder didn't happen at the Cortez.
No. It couldn't happen there.
Every act must be dramatic, theatrical. You must give it meaning. But never here. Never at the Cortez.
Both victims had the same text on their cell phone. Each asked another to meet them at the Bel Air. Only they didn't send them to each other.
But I got their family photos from the internet, social media sites.
I don't believe you.
And then I waited for them. Do you remember that big pharma bust we had a few months back? I got the male potency drugs from our evidence lockup. You can check. And then I took his tongue and his eyes.
We already know that's how it happened. If you really did it, tell me something new. And what about that suspect you reported seeing at the Rylands house? The man with the bowler hat. You can't be in two places at once, John.
It was me. I was seeing myself manifested as James March.
Except you couldn't remember any of this until today.
Listen to me, John. Look, I know how bad you wanted this guy, and you feel responsible. But you're not. I know you, brother. Now, you are a lot of things, but you are no killer.
You're wrong. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, Andy. It's one of the 10 Commandments. Admit what you've done, and I'll show you some mercy.
You don't deserve Alex.
What do we owe this pleasure, Mr. Police Officer?
Is it that obvious? You must have a lot of run-ins with police.
Checking in.
I know who I am, Iris. And I know who you are. I've been coming to this hotel for the past 5 years.
But now you remember. Oh, thank Jesus. Oh, it was exhausting. Every time I saw you, I didn't know which John I was talking to. Some nights I'd be so tempted to set you straight. And I look into your eyes, see the pain. Didn't feel right for me to add to it.
I wasn't ready.
Are we ever ready to see ourselves for what we are? Yeah. Sounds like you have no regrets.
None. Except for Ren.
That one isn't on you, John. Ren died because of Sally.
Follow him wherever he goes. And do whatever you have to do. Just don't let my man die out there.
What manner of shit are you trying to put in her head?
Language.
Ren was trying to protect me.
Well, I guess in some twisted way we all were. You know the truth. Walk out of here. Leave all this behind. You can do that.
Give me the key to room 64.
Thou shalt not covet the instrument of adultery. I'd say you took the best part of him. There's something different about you, John. What is it?
Clarity.
Yes! You can finally appreciate the beauty of your work. Death is your art. I stand in awe of your talent. But what will you do with it, now that you understand?
2 more.
Splendid. Then the masterpiece will be complete. You're home, John.